Okay, I don't know how long YouTube lets you do this, but welcome to the first episode of the MetsFan884 podcast. Despite the name of it, this is not going to be about baseball. This is going to be about wrestling. This is basically going to be my podcast on a weekly basis every Friday night after SmackDown to review what's happened in the world of wrestling and also give my opinion and basically give a reality check to those fans out there who basically can't tell the difference between kayfabe and real. Okay, we just got finished watching SmackDown, the 25th anniversary of Triple H, 25 years of the game. Probably one of the greatest superstars in WWE history. A cerebral assassin, 14-time world champion. Okay, this is the final. Tonight was the final Friday night SmackDown in the month of April. Next week begin May, and the huge month of May we got coming up with Money in the Bank. We just found out the second to last female competitor in SmackDown's half of the Money in the Bank match will be Lacey Evans. Next week on SmackDown, Carmella faces Mandy Rose to decide the finals competitor. Now, I basically think this is basically just going to set up Mandy versus Sonya at Money in the Bank. I could be wrong, I could be right. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out, wait and see. Anyway, you see I'm sporting my Lacey shirt tonight, of course. I was sporting this even before the match even started tonight. I'll tell you the truth, this match tonight had me nervous as hell. Because, WWE has been looking to give Sasha that spotlight for a long time. And trust me, as a Sasha fan as well, I can't wait to see her get that spotlight. But with WWE slowly building up her versus Bayley, and this is not just my opinion. I've seen this opinion on Twitter numerous of times. Sasha being in Money in the Bank is not needed. It wasn't needed. Let's be real here. It would be better for them to build up the storyline between her and Bayley slowly as the weeks go on, leading up to their battle whenever they face each other, if it's at SummerSlam or not. You don't need her winning Money in the Bank. Somebody predicted on Twitter that it's a possibility that Sasha could cost Bayley the title. I don't see that happening, especially since Sasha wants the title. But you never know with WWE. They do some weird shit sometimes. Weird stuff sometimes. Never know. Who knows what could happen. Also, this past week on Monday Night Raw, we found out the final three men in the men's Money in the Bank match from Raw: Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Apollo Crews. That's the men's side of the Money in the Bank. Women's side is Asuka, Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax. Now, I've heard a lot of people throwing around names of who they think is going to win this thing. I'm not really listening to those names because anything can happen in WWE. Anything's possible. All I can tell my fellow Lacey fans out there is we're going to get a lot of hate because of what happened tonight. But on the real side, it's not our fault. If you watch the match, Bayley basically cost Sasha that match. Sasha had Lacey pinned for at least a 9-10 count. And she was distracting her, and Bayley was distracting the referee. I think WWE did that to plant more of a further seed between her and Bayley. So it's kind of a two-edged sword. They advanced Lacey into Money in the Bank at the same time pushing Bayley versus Sasha. Look at it like that, and don't look at it like, oh, Sasha got buried, because she didn't get buried. Here's the part where the kayfabe part of my podcast comes into play. If you follow wrestling, there's this little thing called kayfabe that nobody really believes in anymore. Except for those of us who've grown up on the sport the last 30 plus years. Not every wrestler who faces each other on TV hates each other in real life. Somewhere on Sasha's Twitter account is a tweet praising Lacey Evans. The whole entire half of the storyline between Sasha and Lacey dating back to November, all the way up to Barclays Center, the whole segment with Lacey's daughter, was all discussed by the two beforehand. They don't do nothing on WWE television without discussing it first. There's fans out there who take this thing a little too seriously. I admit I was one of them at one time during this feud with Sasha and Bayley and Lacey that I basically slandered Sasha at one time. I even compared Bayley and Sasha to Adolf Hitler, and I'm sorry for that, by the way, because I shouldn't have done that. I like Sasha and Bayley, okay? And I did not mean to do that. I shouldn't have done that, and I apologize for doing that. But let's be real here, folks. They don't hate each other in real life. Every wrestler you see who has a heated rivalry don't hate each other in real life. They do it for the cameras. It's because it's entertaining television. Learn the difference between kayfabe and real. Kayfabe exists. I know a lot of people say kayfabe's dead. It's not dead. It's real. It's realistic. It happens. Sometimes somebody who's been in the sport for like 10, 15 years got to do what they got to do to put over somebody who's just broken into the sport. And that's basically what Sasha is doing with Lacey Evans. You got to learn how to build up new talent. You can't just, don't get me wrong, okay? I'm a Sasha fan, but if WWE was going to already do Sasha versus Bayley at SummerSlam, what purpose would it have served for Sasha to win Money in the Bank? It would have basically made it too obvious that she's going to win the title. Chances are she's going to win the title at SummerSlam anyway, but why win Money in the Bank? Leave Money in the Bank for somebody who hasn't won the title or somebody who hasn't held the title in a while. Now, I'm predicting for next week on SmackDown for us to see Sonya Deville probably cost Mandy Rose the match against Carmella to push the match between those two at Money in the Bank. But I wouldn't be so sure about it. You never know with WWE. Never know. I was thinking that the sixth woman in the Money in the Bank match was going to be Alexa Bliss, but I'm wrong. So I'm thinking Sonya Deville costs Mandy the match next week. Carmella enters the Money in the Bank. Possibly chance to become a 3-time Money in the Bank winner. First time ever. But a lot of people are saying Shayna Baszler is going to win Money in the Bank. I heard some people saying Nia Jax's going to win Money in the Bank. We don't know. WWE could shock us next month at Money in the Bank. Somebody unexpected could win. Dana Brooke could win. Carmella, Lacey. You never know. You never know. Now, and I had this argument with one of the people on Twitter today about Sasha deserving a long title reign. I think she does deserve a long title reign, but it depends on what you consider a long title reign. It really depends. Look at the previous 3 horsewomen, Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. Combined, those women have been women's champion, 17 times? Combined days over 1,000? How long do you want Sasha to hold the title? I say, okay, she wins the title at SummerSlam, fine and dandy. But sometime between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, she loses it. We don't need any more 360, 370, 380, 400-day title reigns. Becky Lynch's title reign hits 400 days at Money in the Bank. Bayley's title reign hits 400 days at Money in the Bank. We don't need any more 400-day title reigns. It basically holds the entire title hostage in it. And let's be real here, it makes the other horsewomen look no better than Charlotte Flair. Although the other horsewomen deserve the spotlight more than Charlotte does. There, I said it. I'm sorry, but I'm one of the ones that believes Charlotte has no business being NXT Women's Champion right now. Where's the benefit of the NXT roster with her as champion? There's no benefit. She's just holding the title because Vince wants her to hold the title. That's the whole reason why she's been champion this many times. Because of Vince. I've been blaming the horsewomen about the women's division being a hostage situation for a little too long, but it's not their fault. It ain't their fault at all. It's Vince. Vince has this perception that people want to see Charlotte as a 16, 17-time women's champion. Vince, we don't. What we want to see is women like Asuka, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, Dana Brooke get pushed. We don't want to see Charlotte become the 16, 17-time women's champion. It's just not what we want to see. It makes no sense, and it basically looks like the women's division is all hers. It's worse enough Charlotte calls herself the queen of all eras. And as somebody who lived through 4 eras of WWE, I see that as an offensive slap in the face to every other woman who's paved the way for women like her. Earn the right to call yourself the queen of all eras before you start calling yourself that. A flimsy win over Trish Stratus does not make you the queen of all eras. It makes you somebody who beat somebody in their retirement match. That's all it makes you. Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle in his retirement match. It doesn't make Baron Corbin better than Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's still a Hall of Famer, still a multiple-time world champion, still an Olympic gold medalist. Charlotte beating Trish does not make her the queen of all eras. It makes her somebody who beat Trish in her last match. Trish is still a 7-time women's champion, former hardcore champion, 3-time baby of the year, and probably one of the most decorated women in WWE history. The fact that Charlotte's held 11 championships is basically Vince trying to build her up to be just like her father. And I don't even think Charlotte wants that. I don't even think Charlotte wants to become WWE Women's Champion 17 times. Because you know what they say, if you champion 17 times, you mean you lost it 16 times. In the AEW side of the wrestling world, really didn't pay much of attention to AEW. Well, I paid attention to portions of AEW. Chris Jericho was on commentary again. We saw huge matches, great matches. Best Friends won a match. Darby Allin got beaten up. My doctor, Dr. Britt Baker, had a huge match. But AEW basically I only look forward to one thing. Britt Baker. I'm being real with you. That's the only damn reason I watch Dynamite. On the NXT side of things, we saw a new side of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Basically, Candice LeRae is a heel now. Slap me in the face. I always thought Candice LeRae was a goody two-shoes. I didn't think there was any way you could market Candice LeRae as a heel. I was wrong. She just had that bubbly, I'm a good girl, I can't do anything bad kind of look to me. I didn't see Candice LeRae as a heel. But they gave her a whole new look. She's a heel now. And apparently, I think NXT is probably going to turn Io Shirai babyface for her feud with Charlotte. It's possible. This Wednesday on NXT, Charlotte will face Mia Yim. Won't be for the title. Shocker. Shocker. It won't be for the title. It'll just be one-on-one. Why? Because she's Charlotte Flair. That's why. Okay, you can leave me your favorite Triple H moments either under this video when I post it or on my Twitter account at MetsFan884. I would love to see your favorite Triple H moments. I got a few of my own, even though you people know that when it comes as a wrestling fan side of me, I don't like the guy. I respect his accomplishments and what he's done in his career, but other than that, don't like him. But I have a few favorite moments, and no, not one of those moments is the Katie Vick moment. That was deplorable. Him being handed the world title is a black eye on that title. Again, I don't blame Eric Bischoff for that. I blame Vince because that was Vince's idea. He made Bischoff do it. One of my favorite Hunter moments is got to be when he broke up his own wedding in 2002. Funniest thing I've ever seen. That's what you get when you fake a pregnancy and you hire an actor to be a doctor. I don't know who that guy was. She hired to play a doctor, but it was funny as hell. Also tonight, Baron Corbin qualified for Money in the Bank. Well, I don't know if WWE is looking to do a second chance kind of thing with Baron Corbin because he blew his Money in the Bank cash in a couple years ago, but I don't see Baron Corbin winning this match. I see this match more going towards either Daniel Bryan or probably either Daniel Bryan or Apollo Crews or somebody who's never been Money in the Bank. Same thing for the women. So a lot of people saying Shayna Baszler. I'm saying, okay, you never know. WWE could throw you a curb. You could see somebody else win. Could be Asuka. Could be Lacey. Could be Carmella. Come on, I'm saying Carmella because we both know what's going to happen next week with her versus Mandy Rose. They're going to use that match to build up her versus Sonya at Money in the Bank, which is going to be another match added to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is a whole 2 weeks out. They're going to add more matches. They're not just going to make it a few matches. This is a 4-hour pay-per-view. Now, you haven't heard the change for Money in the Bank this year. It's going to be in the WWE headquarters in Stanford. The Money in the Bank match is basically going to start on the ground floor of WWE headquarters. In order to win the match, we're going to make it to the roof, I think. Climb the ladder, retrieve the briefcase. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be interesting to see. A lot of people criticized that idea when they first heard about it. But you never know what can happen. It could be pretty interesting to see. It could be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. I know that. And to shut up a lot of the people out there who are going to come at me about Lacey and Sasha tonight. I would have been happy if Sasha won, okay? Y'all need to stop thinking that I'm one-dimensional, that I only like Lacey. If this, I could show you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shut all y'all up right now. See, I'm one of these wrestling fans who, when I support somebody, I support them all the way. Okay, hold on, I'm coming. Exhibit A. Hold on. I'm coming. Stay with me here. Not this one. Hold on, I'm coming. Still here. Still live. I'll find one of them. Hold on. Exhibit B. And somewhere in this house is Exhibit C. I don't really remember where I put my legit boss shirt. But yeah, I got one. So can we put the whole I hate Sasha thing, because I don't. I don't hate Sasha. I'm a fan of Sasha. All you fans out there who want to be fans of Sasha and sling dirt at Lacey, thinking y'all offending Lacey Evans. You're basically just making Sasha look bad because they actually like each other in real life. Believe in a little something called kayfabe because it still exists. Proof that kayfabe still exists. Triple H's speech tonight. He actually thanked Mick Foley, the guy he retired 20 years ago. Mickie James and Melina, who had a heated rivalry back in 2007, are now like sisters. Trish Stratus and Lita are like best friends, almost sisters. Kayfabe exists in wrestling. Stop the BS with the hate slinging towards Lacey for no freaking reason. Everything you saw in that rivalry with her, Sasha, and Bayley was basically discussed between the three beforehand, before that rivalry even started. Lacey even being on the Survivor Series team last November was Sasha's idea. You got Sasha fans talking about Sasha is putting Lacey on the map. Becky Lynch did that last year. When it comes to being on SmackDown, yes, Sasha's putting Lacey over. But putting her on the map, Becky Lynch did that last year. So can we please act like we know the difference between kayfabe and real? Act like we know the difference between television and real life. This is not 1997. We are not watching the Incredible Hulk here and believing that Lou Ferrigno really turns into a green guy who wrecks cars. Come on. Act like we're adults here. Act like we've been watching wrestling for longer than 2 years, and we know the difference. Because at this point, it's kind of getting tiring right now. Even I'm not taking it that seriously anymore. Yes, I wear this shirt with Lacey Evans, but I'm also a fan of every other woman in WWE because these women bust their asses 300 days a year, even during this pandemic, to entertain us. If you want to basically act like a bunch of third graders who don't know the difference between real and make-believe, do it on your own time. Do it on your own timeline. Do it on your own DMs. We don't want to see it. Weeks ago, we had this whole wrestling Twitter after dark thing on Twitter where people were basically posting nude pictures. This is not free ones. This is not OnlyFans. We don't want to see that crap, and do not use the wrestling community to do that garbage. I'm tired of creating new accounts because fans want to take crap overboard. This is not kindergarten. I'm not creating any more new accounts, so stop acting like y'all don't know the difference between real and fake. There's a difference. There's a reason why wrestling is scripted. It's not real. Sasha and Lacey don't hate each other. Characters, Sasha Banks and Lacey Evans are rivals. Real people, Mercedes, KV, and Macy Estrada are actually friends. Most likely, when Sasha dressed up as Lacey a couple weeks ago, Lacey actually okayed that. They're friends in life. Hell, even Carmella and Bayley are still friends, even though they don't seem like it on TV. I know I'm ruining it for all the people who don't believe in kayfabe, but yeah, that's what I said I was going to do on this podcast. I said I was going to bring y'all back to reality. Think of me as, since his birthday was earlier this week, think of me as Roddy Piper, and this is your reality check. It's not real. Wrestling is a form of entertainment. Let's treat it as such. Got fans going after people. Somebody I was very close to on Twitter got their account suspended because people want to take this thing so seriously. It's getting really annoying. It's making wrestling Twitter not fun anymore. Stop taking it so seriously because it's not that serious. It's a form of entertainment. It's the only form of sports we have out right now. Before WrestleMania, people was complaining that WWE should go on a hiatus. This is the only sports going on right now. If WWE would have been on hiatus, what we would have been watching? It would have been nothing on TV. Nothing. Nothing on TV but sitcoms and miniseries and reruns. Y'all would have been basically bored to tears on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Yeah, there's still the WWE Network. But half the stuff on the WWE Network, unless you want to relive it, it's basically already been seen. And I've been a subscriber to the WWE Network since it began 6 years ago. I'm probably going to post this video on Twitter and probably still get heat for it, for saying that Sasha fans should treat Lacey with respect. But yeah, it's the way I feel. Learn the difference between kayfabe and real. It's not legit hatred. Okay? It really gets like overboard at this point. Sasha, Lacey like each other. Believe in kayfabe. Believe in kayfabe. Please believe in kayfabe. I know y'all don't. Half people don't want to believe in kayfabe because they believe it takes all the fun out of wrestling. But so does taking it too seriously. And I'm gonna try not to do that anymore. If you follow my account at MetsFan884, I'm at almost 800 followers. I'm not trying to get this account suspended under no terms at all. I'm actually thinking about putting my account back under private after this. To my also fellow Lacey fan on Twitter, at Miss Mania, she's getting the same thing I get. These Sasha fans wanted to come at her because she's a Lacey fan. Come on. You're not making Sasha look good. I'm not even coming at the Sasha fans. I'm telling the god-awful truth. Y'all not making Sasha Banks Mercedes KV look good at all. Y'all are making her look bad, if anything. Y'all are making her look really bad, coming after Lacey fans and coming after Lacey like they are legit hatred. Learn the difference between kayfabe and real. That's all I gotta say. Wrestling Twitter and the wrestling Twitter community would be a lot peaceful if there was no BS going on with people not being able to separate the two. Wrestling Twitter is already a toxic place to be. We have accounts being suspended for no reason. They got people imitating accounts. Oh yeah, if you see any account out there with any pictures of me except for the one y'all know that's my account at MetsFan884, that's not me. Somebody posted an account with my picture on it yesterday. I don't know how they get my pics, but if y'all see any of them with my pics, that's not me. Suspend them, block them, and report them immediately. My Twitter name is, I'm going to get this right because I've been saying it wrong probably through the whole damn podcast. My Twitter name is MetsFan884. If the Twitter name is not MetsFan884, it ain't me. If it is another MetsFan884 trying to create an account using my picture, it ain't me. I'm going to probably do another one of these next Friday and try to talk more about what happened during the week. But I just got to get that off my chest. Learn the difference. Learn to separate the two. Kayfabe is real. Kayfabe exists. Kayfabe's not dead. Not every wrestler you see on TV fighting each other hates each other. There's a such thing as real and fake. Believe in it. Like you believe in the Shield, believe in kayfabe. 'Cause I'm just getting really tired of the Sasha fans coming after the Lacey fans. Like, there's really legit hatred there when it really isn't. Let's pretend like we know this thing is scripted.